Good evening, YouTube. So, I have a few knives that I need to sharpen this evening that have come in that I've got to get done and get back out the door. And yesterday was the day that I took my stones out of the water, so right now they're making bubbles in a bucket. So I thought I would take this time while I'm waiting and just kind of killing time to talk to you guys about this one. Kylan, the Ferrum Forge collab between Toxic Blades and Ferrum Forge Knife Works. Now this is the prototype. So when I was up at Elliot's shop the other day, I was like, what can I asked him if there was something if I could borrow anything to do some content on my channel. Yeah, sure, go through the cases, take whatever. And I've always wanted to carry one of the Kylans. It's a really unique design, and they were gorgeous. All the engraving that were done on them, they were really, really, really nice. Sculpted pocket clips, and this is, like I said, this is the prototype. So I told Elliot, I was like, I really like this. And he goes, it's just a shitty prototype. And your idea is shitty and my idea is shitty are two different things. So this was a prototype that was done in, looks like 2015 or B of 2000. Elliot has got horrible handwriting. So 2015 at any rate this was done. Now typical of me, I didn't do any research, so I didn't look it up to see. The prototype was done in 20 CV, as you could see on the blade there, 20 CV 2015. But this was one of the first knives that I saw by Ferrum Forge Knife Works, and I really, really wanted one, but they were just, I couldn't at the time afford one, and then they quit making them. True to form. Yeah, full titanium construction, wear and cliff blade with this unique, looks like a dragon's claw. Flipping aperture on it. What the heck? And just same as always, even Elliot's quote shitty prototypes are nicer than a lot of the production knives. So this is not the production version. I've seen some of them. They don't look exactly the same. Some of the blades were ground differently. I had somebody that was going to send me one. I never saw it. It never came in to get sharpened. But some of them were a little thicker back here at the back, and they wound up getting, people would resharpen them and wind up getting almost a recurve to it. Yeah, but all in all, really attractive knife. Now I've carried it and I've cut with it, and I'm gonna have to sharpen it before pretty sure I'm gonna have to sharpen it before I send it back to Elliot. But this blade is a good bit thicker, a lot thicker behind the edge than the way Elliot's knives are now. And that could be, I would imagine that this is a hand ground, just like his hand ground spinner. His spinner that I'm probably going to borrow to redo the review of the spinner, since I had to take that video down. Apologize to everybody for putting that video up with my customers' information in the video. But yeah, awesome. It's not too light, or not too heavy, I mean. It's right size and weight, just about identical to my NTAC. That's why it's in my pocket. I wanted a comparison. So if you guys have seen the NTAC, you're looking, I think it's a 3 1/4 inch. I think this is a 3 1/4. Well, you know what I've got? I got a ruler in here. But yeah, it's nice, easy carry. I'm not a big fan of sculpted pocket clips anymore. Elliot's have got a good bit of tension on them. It can be hard to get in and out of a pair of pants. More so slacks than jeans. Jeans, it comes in and out. So let's look here. So this is right at, if I would use the inch side, let's see here. Just right at 3 1/4, just like I thought. 3 1/8 maybe. Let's see. Three and 1/16 blade length on this, and on my end tack you're looking at 3 1/4. So yeah, real comparable in size, easy to carry in weight. It's this, I mean, it's identical in weight. As far as the utility blade, this one is a really good utility knife. And it's funny, you can get up here, it's got some jimping, but you can get up here on those weird little almost choils that he's cut in the back before he gets to the swedge. And I mean, you can get right up on it like that. And I have used it like that a couple times already. And I was like, oh wow, that's really useful. It's like having a little finger notch or a thumb ramp all the way up forward. And if you've got it in this grip and you got your finger up here on it, you're holding the blade like this, really nice for cutting, doing small detail work. So yeah, Fair and Force Knife Works Kylan. Not very many of them out there. I think you can still find a couple of them on Blade HQ. I did some playing around with this. This is another knife. This is a knife by Aurora Knife Works. It's a kitchen knife. This belongs to my friend Nico, who loaned me all the knives. As a matter of fact, it's how he asked his wife to marry him. But so this knife, I'm just gonna touch it up again because I did some cutting with it. I just wanted to see. I did some actual kitchen work. This is an awesome knife because this wasn't a planned thing. It just happened to be on the workbench. The handles on this are really comfortable. They come up and they have that big swell, then they thin back out, and then they swell a little bit. Tapered nice, and it's got, you can get your finger right up in there, and it does really, really, really nice for what it's designed for, a kitchen knife. So yeah, that was the two knives that I really wanted to mention that I had out here. I mean, I wasn't planning on that one, but the other thing was I've had a couple people text me about my videos and ask, you know, I think I've done it before, but I'm not gonna go back through all my videos, so we'll just do it again. And people have asked me, you know, how is my sharpening area set up? So we're gonna turn the camera around and I'll give you guys a real quick tour. It won't take very long because it's not real big, but you know, people are like, oh, you must have a big workbench where you can lay everything out, especially if you're knocking out, like I did 11 of Elliot's knives the one morning for him before they needed to go out and ship. I did them on a Saturday morning, so I did 11 knives in a morning. People are like, oh, you must have a great big area and everything laid out. No, you'll see, it's not that impressive. So basically you're looking at it. I keep some rags and stuff down here on the thing. All my stones are in this bucket, with the exception of the super fine grit stones that are in here, and my Chaucera stones, not Chaucera stones, my Naniwa stones are in here because they don't have to soak as long. I got this stuff, I got my strops, and they're separated in so I don't get cross-contamination from the diamond matrix. My 1/2 micron, my 1 micron in here. I had a 0.01 micron, or 0.05 micron. I can't remember what it was, which was half the grit of this 1/2 micron. And the stuff I was using for it was so expensive and I couldn't get it anymore. So I just decided, you know, 1/2 micron, that's 50,000 grit, that's good enough. So that stuff that's in there, and then just some little tools and stuff, tape, stropping compound for that, leather strop, materials for testing. Sometimes I'll mark the edge and see if there's a low spot in the edge. Some replacement screws for spider toes, and my Edge Pro stuff. And I don't use my Edge Pro stuff anymore. So, and then there's of course I have the glass plate that is for the Edge Pro, but this is the silicon carbide you sprinkle this on that glass plate, flatten stones. I use that. And then I've got some really coarse stones in here that I use. And then this is, I did invest in a super coarse diamond plate. Super coarse for doing some serious edge reprofiling. Baking soda for in the water with the stones, so that if you're using carbon steel blades on it, that it doesn't turn the stone orange and start rusting, especially on straight razors. And then basically just my little workbench here. There's a chair there that folds out that I'd let people sit on as basically as the customer lounge. Little iPhone stand that I made, and like I said, these stones stay in a bucket of water about 5 or 6 days a week, and today is the day that they go back in some fresh water. And it's good to switch your water regularly, or you start getting nasty stuff in your water, and then your water stinks and things like that, especially keeping them outside. Yeah, so that's all of it. That's everything. My 12,000 grit stone is here. 8,000. That's the 5,000. That's the 10,000. I don't know what that is. I can't think. There's nothing. A couple. There's one of my grandfather's natural Arkansas stones. This is that ceramic, ultrafine ceramic Spyderco bench stone. Basically, this is what I use. You notice there's no machine out here, so just elbow grease. That diamond, this diamond plate has come in handy a couple times. It's also good for, it's really super flat, so it's good for doing the flattening on those expensive stones, because it's finer than that lapping stone. And then my little bench that I sit on. So yeah, tour complete. There's my kitty cat. There's my dog. And the yard, yes, I know the yard's a mess. So yeah, that's it. That's all there is. It is probably a 3x5 workbench that I use. And I just sit out here and I sharpen y'all's knives. So yeah, I know this video is not got the usual. I had a long day, so today's not as enthused, but I definitely wanted to get this video done, and so I can get this back to Elliot. I don't need to have his personal prototype knives that belong to him staying at my house. It's been almost a week and a half, 2 weeks now. So yeah, I'm just sharpen a couple knives. I got a kitchen knife, another kitchen knife. I got a folding knife that belongs to a friend of ours that owns Pool Hall right up there in the same commerce center that Elliot's shop is in. So I'm gonna get those stones, check and see if they're ready to come out of the water and get started. And I have more guest blades coming. Chris Williamson has a whole bunch of knives in a case that he has graciously said I could borrow and do reviews on. Elliot has some custom knives that they've traded, and so there'll be more content coming. Like I said though, the Patreon, I really want to try and get that Patreon going, so I can start and do this stuff on my own. But yeah, find my Patreon, and if you don't want to subscribe, share it. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I feel horrible just even saying that. But I guess if I want this channel to grow, I'm gonna kind of need to do that. Oh, we are 9 shy of the 500 mark. 9. Lucky number 500. It's drawn out on a piece of steel. It just hasn't been cut out yet because I can't heat treat it. So if you are number 500, understand it's gonna take a couple weeks for me to get that knife done and to you. Yeah, I'll try and do some shop video. I keep forgetting to take my tripod so I can set it up so I can videotape myself working at Elliot's shop. So, all right guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you later.